share the screen. Okay, let me. Right. Okay. So the problem here is, okay, even though you have added multiple schedules, all the steps are going to run in all the schedules. Okay, it's not like step one, this schedule I can attach, step two, this schedule I can attach. Not possible. Clear, Kusma? Is it clear?
So how many ever steps we add?
You can
Only one
add multiple.
schedule.
No. You can add multiple steps. I don't know the exact count, but lot of the steps you can add. I see different jobs with 10, 20 steps also.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
But only one schedule we should
One
follow.
schedule. Yes, only one schedule.
Okay.
Okay. So let me do one thing. Okay. So what I can do, let it as it is. I can, if I want, I can remove one schedule also. 4 o'clock, I can remove if I want. I can remove this. Okay. Done. Okay. Clear, guys. I just added one more step. That's it. I did not do anything. I just added one more step here. So once full backup is completed, it has to go to the next step for Azure database. Okay. Let me click OK now. Done. Okay, now tell me, guys, if I run this job, is it successful or it will be failed? Tell me quickly. We don't have time. Okay, if I run this job now, is it
Successful only.
successful or it will be failed? What precautions we have to take while running multiple steps job? Okay, start job at step. Okay, then you will get a window like this. If you have only one step, the job will be started immediately. As we can see, two steps are there. I can choose from which step I want to start. This is very important, guys. Imagine there is a 10-step job. Okay, 5 steps are successfully completed. Now you have to fifth, sixth step is failed due to some reasons. Okay, depends upon the requirement, depends upon the situation. Some jobs you have to again start running from the step one. Some jobs you have to start running from the failed step, guys, not from step one again. Okay, clear? Some jobs you have to run. If the jobs are failed, if the steps are failed, again you have to run from the beginning. Some jobs, for some jobs you have to run from the failed step. Is it clear? Imagine full backup job is there. In step one backup, step two another backup, step three another backup, step four another database backup. Okay, 3 steps successfully completed. 4th step is failed. The last final backup is failed. Again, if you run from step one, again it will take the backups of all the databases, which is time-taking process. Agree? Time-taking and performance killing also. Agree, everyone? For some jobs, you have to start from the beginning again if the jobs are failed. For some jobs, you have to start from that particular step, from which step the job is failed. From that step only you have to start. Guys, 1 minute, I'll be back. Just 1 minute, guys. Right, okay. So now tell me, that is clear, right, everyone? Right? If some jobs are failed, maintenance jobs are failed, you have to start from failed step only, not from again from the beginning. Some application related jobs are failed, then you have to start from the step one. So you can choose which step you want to start. You can choose. If I start from step one, guys, tell me, this step will be this job will be succeeded or it will be failed? Tell
The
me, guys.
step will be successful.
Successful. Okay, everyone, good. Okay, let me start it. I'm going to start from step one. Okay, let me start. It has to take the backup to the default location, right? Let me go and check. It was succeeded. Let me go and check the backups. This is not default location. C program files, Microsoft SQL Server, instance root directory, MS SQL backup, date modified, guys, date modified only. Now tell me how many backups are there, which database backup is there?
Adventure works. Only one
Adventure
Full
backup.
works.
backup job. Where is my Azure database backup?
We
We have
just
not.
selected adventure works step.
Okay, so it won't run for step two, right? That means I have to again, if I have multiple steps, I have to again and again select each step manually. Agree?
But on success, we have to go to next step option is there, sir. Is
Mm-hmm.
there, no? If we select that, we don't need to go for every time. We need to select like that.
Very good, Kusma. Okay. So no problem. You can record. Yes. Okay. So what I did is intentionally, I just selected for the first step. Okay. I just selected quit the job reporting success. You can see here, if you expand the steps, you can see here on success, quit the job reporting success. On failure, quit the job reporting failure. Next step also, quit the job reporting success, quit the job reporting failure. Go to this step, double click on this step, go to advanced, select, go to next step, guys. Okay, click OK. Now on success action, it has to go to the next step. Next step is Azure full backup. Now if you run it, it will be succeeded. It will take the backup of both the databases. It's not like which step you have to start again and again. I cannot select the steps, right? It's not good option, right? Okay, so now it is succeeded. And if you go to the location, the default location, now you can see both the backups. Okay, this is a full backup and this is your Azure full backup job. Through backup job we did it, and you can see the today's date and time, 2:57 server time, 2:57 a.m. Just now it was changed to 2:58. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Job.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so only if it is a different job, again, don't think different options will be there. Only the script is going to be changed. Remaining all are same.
Shan-
Yes, yes,
Shanmugh,
yes.
suppose like there is a application job. Okay, in
Mm-hmm.
case DB don't have to worry about, but in case if we have no like this step is failing, someone has asked us to execute these steps, particular steps, the right way, like you shown us, like right click and go to steps. So in that case, we don't have to worry about it will execute suppose that someone has done some modification and job get executed. We are go to step 5 that is failing continuously. We run that step. So it will go to the next step, right?
Yes, yes.
If it is successful.
But that depends upon the option you have selected. If it is successful, okay, on success action, if you go to next step, it will go to next step. Okay, on failure action, if you give quit the job reporting failure, it will quit at 5th step only. For every
So
step
in
we will
case
have.
we have to,
You
don't
can
want
select
to
it.
execute the next job. We
Next
want
step.
just to what we resolve that issue. We want particular steps should be quit after the job. So we can change that,
We
right?
can change it at any step. We can change. So for example, that's what we did now. That's what we did now. Okay, if in this step, okay, if you go to the steps, okay, here I want to change it. Okay, you can simply change every step. I don't want to execute next step. You can simply quit it. On success action, once the step 1 is succeeded, it will be quit. If you choose on success action, job reporting success. On failure action, if you want to quit, you can quit it. Or if you want to go to the next step, you can go to the next step. Even though the step is failed, still you want to proceed for the next step, you can proceed. When you can go to next step, if there is no dependency, you can go to the next step. Agree? Guys, just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be back. Please don't mind. Okay, I'm sorry for that. On success action, which option will select the default in organization? Tell me, Bashir, on success action, which option you are going to select?
I think next step.
That's it.
Next step.
If you have next step, you will select go to next step. If you don't have next step, quit the job reporting success. Okay.
Shanmugh, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, so whenever we run the steps, like the backups will be created, right? So at the time, the existing files will get replaced or will get overwrite.
That you have to tell me. What is this query? Guys, there is no change in our discussion. Whatever we discussed, that is correct.
because the name is the same, right?
Yes.
So
now tell me, is it going to be appended or it will be overwrite or it is going to create a new file?
It will be appended.
Appended only. You are giving same file name.
Yeah.
Simply the one which you are running now. See here, this many times I have run, right? Did you see any other ADWorks database today? Any ADWorks backup today in today's date? I guess I have run this step 2 times, right? Where is the other backup?
Yes.
It is appending. Every time it is running, it is appending. The file is increasing.
Yeah, so it's just replacing, right?
Yes, it's just appending, not replacing. It is going to append it. It is going to add the another backup set to the existing media set. Okay. Simply, there is no change in our discussion. If you give the same file name, by default, it will append to the existing backup set. Already in this location, existing backup set is there. Whenever you run next time, again, it is going to append. Okay. Fine. Now you can see now. Okay. And now again, if I run this step, again, it will be appended. Let me click OK. Okay. Let me click OK. Let me click OK again. If I run this job again, it will be appended. You can choose whatever step you want. If you want to run only second step, first step is succeeded, second step is failed. Next time you have to run only second step. Why? Because this is backup. You cannot run multiple times and all. And of course, this is not the way of creating the backup jobs in the organization. Please don't think in that way. Just to give you the example, just to throw some light on this topic, jobs concept, we don't do like this. Why? Because every time it is going to append. I'm going to give you an assignment today. Okay, you have to let me know. You have to complete that assignment. And if you go to this summary file, we have created a summary file, right, under C drive. Where is that? It was not created. We have created a summary file, log, job log, steps, backup, advanced, view. Let me view this one. Okay, the file does not exist. Okay. Let me do one thing. Okay, let me create a full backup output file.txt file manually in the C drive. Control C. Windows R. Notepad. Control V. Oh, sorry. Let me delete this one. Let me save this as that file name. Okay. Control V under C. Here I'll name this as .txt. Already txt is selected, right? So I'm not giving the. This is just an empty file. Okay. So now if you run it, you will get this output to this file. Click OK. Now if you run this job, nothing I did. I just created a dummy file, guys. One text file I have created to track all the outputs. I thought it will create automatically, but we have to create it manually. So now you can see, if you see here, you can see the output. Agree? Why it is showing only AdventureWorks output, guys? Why it is not showing my Azure full backup steps?
Same, so we're not selected a DP name.
Not like that. Why you are always
quitting job reporting.
concentrating on DB name, sir? Chandrakant, forget about the DB name. What DB name it is? That doesn't matter for us. Backup can run on any DB. The one which you gave in this command, which database name you gave, on that database it will execute. Okay, nothing to worry about the DB and all. Simply to show someone asked, Bashir asked, okay, so that's why I just changed the go to next step to on reporting succeeded. Okay, so I have to go to next step, then it will run both the steps again. Okay, now you can see output for both the files again. Okay, close. And if you see here, let me close it and let me reopen the output file. See here, one is AdventureWorks. Still, why I cannot see another one? Azure. Azure, why I cannot see, guys? Tell me,
I
guys.
think that is what, like, we have copy paste the same command in, or we have not selected the step command to for second job.
Very good. Okay, so I did not give this output file for second job. Only first job I gave. Okay, steps. Only for first job I gave in the advanced output file I gave, right? Output file. Again for step next job also I have to give it. Okay, advanced. Here you can see there is no output file. Browse, you can select that output file. Full text output file. Okay, full backup output file. Append to the output existing file. Click OK. Now click OK. Now you can run it. Nothing I am doing, guys. Nothing I am doing. Okay, everyone can understand the settings that I am doing now. Not an issue. Okay, don't think it is a different stuff and all. Again, you can open this file, 4 KB this time, and you can see backup successfully processed on Azure database. Clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts, any challenges? Is it clear?
Shanmukh, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
We have scheduled a job which is running every weekly or daily. So that is running properly. In case I want to, for any agency purpose, I need to create an one-time schedule, something like that.
You can change it. You can change it. Say
and I do another step also, right?
See, one time again, you have why you have to go for another step. You can go. That's option is there, but for one time, if you want to automate it for one time, you can change the existing step. Okay, or else you can. That means for one time you have to create one extra step, extra object. Again, if you want to change the existing step, first of all you have to change it to that one time. Once it was completed, again you have to change it back to its original state. Sir, I want to go for a next schedule, sir, new schedule. You can change it. You can create a new schedule.
No, actually, I mean, this is the followed step. Actually, the running flow and history and all, they don't want to change.
Then you can go for new schedule. Yes, you can go for new schedule. Yes. Okay, guys, very important point in the schedule. You have everything is perfect. Everything you set up properly. Everything is good. But under schedules, okay, if you double click on the schedule, if this is not enabled, your job won't run, guys. You have created the job. Everything is perfectly fine, but the schedule is not enabled. Then what is the use? You gave on what date it has to run, daily, weekly, hourly, okay, at what time it has to run, everything you gave correctly. But still, if it is not running, means might be there is a chance. Okay, might be there is a chance your schedule is disabled, guys. Okay, your schedule is disabled. All the jobs, see, we are going to monitor all the jobs using job activity monitor. Okay, double click on job activity monitor. You can see all the jobs, what and all jobs are created. You cannot see all the steps. In full backup job, we have, okay, we have 2 steps, but you can see only the job. You cannot see step. Okay, and you can see next run is not scheduled. If you see here, next run, last run is this one, today's date 3/11. Last one just now we ran it. Last run is this one, and next run is not scheduled. That means it won't run, guys. Next Sunday it won't run. What might be the reason? might be schedule is disabled. Okay, so this is one small thing, very small minute thing, but if you don't know, you have to spend lots and lots of days. Even in Google also sometimes you might not get this answer directly. You have to search a lot, but directly you cannot get. But the this problem, okay, once one of my colleague faced the same problem. Everything is successful, everything is neatly configured, but it is not generating the full backups. Small point we missed. Okay, we means that guy missed. Okay, simply that schedule is disabled, so it is not running as per the schedule. Okay, and guys, if my job failed, where to check, how to check? Okay, so we have a job history. Right click on the job, view history. Okay, there you can see all the succeeds and failures and all. Okay, you can see if it is showing successful, the job is successful, guys. Okay, so let me go to like this. I want to change this step. I wantedly want to fail this step. Here I'll give different location. C / okay, backup folder is already existed, right? Let me, okay, backup / let me click OK, guys. Okay, and let me click OK, guys. Just to show you, I am just trying to, okay, create the error and all, just to show you where to check. Don't do anything in the organization like this. Start step, click OK. It still succeeded. Why like that? Do we have any folder? See backups, right? We have. Okay, done. So let me go and check this view history, this job view history. See here, actually it was not succeeded. I'll tell you. You can see warning symbol. Guys, can anyone guess it? What is warning symbol? I'll tell you. If you can see a complete green check, that means all steps are executed successfully. If you expand this plus symbol, you can see step 1 and step 2 both are executed successfully. Warning symbol means partially executed. Okay, if you expand this one, step 1 is failed, but step 2 is succeeded. Actually, we gave go to next step. Okay, if we gave on failure action, quit the job reporting failure, the whole job will be failed, guys. Okay, but on failure action, still we gave next step. So that's why even though the step 1 is failed, it was go to the next step. Next step is properly configured. Everything is clearly, I mean, like everything is clearly set up. So that's why next step is succeeded, but the step 1 is failed. Okay, what happened? Why it was failed? Okay, just go to the failed step, select the failed step. This is the area where you can see, go down why the job is failed. You can see here, cannot open the backup device. Device means simply your path. Device means path. It will treat it as a device. Cannot open the backup device. Okay, what is this? C backup AdventureWorks. Operating system error. The system cannot find the path specified. Guys, there are some chances your jobs might fail due to a path issue, due to space issue. Space issues also it will be failed in case in your C drive there is no free space. How can it take the backup to the C drive? If there is no free space, it can't take the backup to the C drive, right? Agree? If there is no free space in the C drive, it can't take the backup. So your backup will be failed due to there is no free space in the path. So this is how you have to check, guys. Go to the job history, view job history. Okay, view history, right click view history, and you can expand, you can maximize this window and you can expand this one, and you can select the failed step if you select, and if you just drag it up, and on the top, on the below, you can see the history, why it was failed and all you can see here. Okay, the backup cannot open the backup device. The problem is there is no C backup. Okay, we have C backups. There is no backup folder in this C drive. If I want to fix it, how can I fix it, guys? Can anyone tell me how to fix this? Multiple ways we can fix it. What are the ways?
Either change the name of the backup files to backup,
okay,
or create a new folder.
Very
or,
good.
Or in the query itself, we can change the path.
Very good. 3 ways we can change it. One is go to the query, change it to remove that backups. It will go to the default location. Otherwise, okay, add backups folder there in the query itself. Instead of backup, add S it will go to this folder. Otherwise, do one folder of backup. Backup is folder is already existed, right? You can see just now I have created. In this way also you can, okay, fix it. So multiple ways we can fix it. Now if you run the job again, now it will take the backup to this, the one which we have created newly. So it will take the backup to the newly created backups, guys, newly created backup folder. Success. And you can see this one just now it's created, right? You can see the backup is taken to this location. And if you go to the view history, the backup will be succeeded. Right click, view history, and you can see now this time it was succeeded completely. And if you want, you can see, you can expand each step, and you can see this is the way, guys. You have to expand this plus symbol. You have to check in case I have 10 steps, which step is failed, expand and check it, try to run that step only. And from the activity monitor also we can see whether job is succeeded or failure. Okay, fail, you can see from the activity monitor also. You can see job is enabled or not. Yes, enabled. Job should be enabled, schedule should be enabled, guys. How to enable and disable the jobs, guys? We'll get this kind of requirement. Right click enable, right click disable. It was already enabled, you can disable it. Okay, if the job is disabled in the activity monitor, you can see the job is disabled. Okay, activity monitor, you can see job is enabled or not. No, enabled, no, means job is disabled, so it won't run as per the schedule. Job should be enabled, schedule should be enabled, then only the job will run as per the schedule. If the job is not enabled, it won't run. Again, you have to if job is disabled, it won't run, guys. I'm sorry. If the job is disabled, it won't run. Again, you have to enable it. Okay, then only it will run. I can enable it from the configure job activity monitor also. Enable the job. There also you can enable. Here also you can enable. Job should be enabled. Schedule should be enabled, guys. Okay, not scheduled is there, right? Schedule also should be enabled. So you can change this to schedules. The schedule, enable the schedule. Click OK. You can do it. You can do it. Click OK. Done. Okay. Now again refresh this activity monitor. You can see, right, not scheduled. If you refresh it, scheduled is next run 116, next Sunday. This is the use of activity monitor, guys. Very important tool, very useful tool for us. All the job failures, job related issues, job related errors and all, we can verify it. Okay, how much time it runs. See, if you go to this, okay, job history, in the job history also we'll have beautiful columns when it run, every time, how much time it is running, who is running this job. We can easily find out. See, this column is date, step ID, on which server, what is the job name, step name, notifications. If you expand, you will get job ID and a step name also. You can see here who started this job. Okay, who started this job. The job was started, job was invoked by admin, means I only started this job manually. If it was scheduled, it was invoked by SQL Server agent. You can see like that. And the last step was step 2. And how much time it took? Every time when it runs 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Okay, it was failed, right? 0 seconds, 2 seconds. Sometimes it took 1 second. Sometimes it took 3 seconds. Again 1 second, 2 seconds. So this is the way we are going to check the duration. If someone asks, hey, what is the average duration of this job? You can go to the job properties, view history, and you can see the duration. So you will have an idea. So for example, you want to start this job, guys, manually you want to start this job. Without knowing how much time it will take to complete, how can you start the job? It might take 1 hour, it might take 2 hours, it might take 10 hours. If you go to the job history and if you check the duration, you will get an idea. Okay, this job, chalo, it will take 5 minutes. No problem, we can run it for 5 minutes only, right? It is taking 5 hours. No, this is a business time. Okay, we cannot run this job during this business hours. Why? Because it is going to take 5 hours to complete, so it is not good to run. Clear, guys? Duration is that much helpful for us. If you want to run it manually, check the duration, how much time it is taking. Based on that, you can plan either to start immediately or you can postpone this job for the next iteration and all. Guys, if some jobs are failed, nothing to worry, guys. Let just wait for next iteration. Some jobs will be succeeded in the next iteration. Just wait it. In case in the next iteration also it is failing, then you have to look into it. If log backup is failed for the first time, 10 o'clock, you just configured log backup for every 15 minutes. 10 o'clock it was failed. Nothing to worry. Just wait for 10:15. If it is succeed in the 10:15 iteration, that's fine. You can close the ticket. Still it is failing in the next iterations also, you have to concentrate, guys. Clear? Even application jobs also, once it was failed, nothing to worry. Tell the user, okay, we'll wait for the next iteration. In that case, if it is not working in the next iteration, we'll start looking into it. Okay, no, next iteration will be in the next weekend. No, please start immediately. You can start. If the user is asking, you can start. Okay, but if you want, you can wait for the next iteration. Might be there is a chance it might be succeed in the next iteration. Guys, this is all about the jobs. Any issues, any doubts, please? Tomorrow I'll tell you the maintenance plans, and one assignment I want to give you quickly. I took the backup. This is not correct way of taking the backups in the organization. We don't take the backups like this, just to show you how the jobs and all will be configured. That's why I gave a simple command, backup database name to disk is equal to file name.bak. The problem, you know, whenever it runs, it is going to append to the existing backup set. Agree? Agree?
Yes.
The problem with this job is whenever we'll run this job, it is going to append to the existing backup set, which is not good. Maintenance wise, it is very difficult. Your backup size will be increased. Which backup file you are going to delete? Very difficult, right? I want a solution. Whenever you run the backup job, it has to take the backup with date and timestamp. Date and timestamp in the backup file name. There is a script, nothing to worry. Guys, seriously, believe me, 5 minutes it will take, not more than 5 minutes. I'll tell you what keyword you have to use. Script to take SQL backups with the date and timestamp. Just type like this in the Google. You will get first website. Copy paste it. Create a job. Keep that script in that job. Just go to the steps. Whatever script you got, paste it here. Control, just delete it and paste it here, and click OK and run that job. Check backups are running with the date and timestamp. What is the advantage if the backups are running with the date and timestamp? Every time it will create a new file, guys. So nothing to worry. Again, next time if it runs, it is going to append. No, whenever it runs in the next minute, next seconds itself, it will create a separate backup file. Why? Because we are including date and timestamp in the backup file name. Okay, so it will be like this. If it is a database name, Azio underscore full backup underscore today's date is how much? 01/10/2022 underscore. What is the date today? Time now 3:26, right? 03:26. If it is 01 second, 01. If it automatically while running, it will take the time dynamically. Okay, next second if you run, this will be changed to 3. So if it is changed to 3, again it will create a new backup file. I need that script, guys. The same we achieved in the maintenance plan. Yes, Muthu, that we can achieve in the maintenance plan also. Tomorrow I'll show you how to create maintenance plan. But without maintenance plan, how to do that? There is a script. There is a simple script, guys. Believe me, it don't take more than 5 minutes also. I'll check how many of you people will complete this assignment by tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, date and timestamp. You will get 5 reward points if anyone completed a job script with date and timestamp. Tomorrow you have to give the demo, and I'll give you 5 reward points for that. Clear? Is it clear? That's it for today. Any questions, any doubts? Tomorrow we'll meet at 7 a.m. If you have any questions, you can ping me in the WhatsApp. Tomorrow is very important topic, upgradation. Once this maintenance plan is over, we'll start with upgradation. Next is migration. Both are very important topics, sir. Don't miss tomorrow. Okay, and that's it for today. Any questions you can ask me, otherwise we are good to close the session. Done. Okay, so with that note, I'm closing the session. Tomorrow we'll meet at 7 a.m. Thank you all.